Today I'm going to teach you exactly how I changed my mindset from caring about what people thought of me so it would halt my actions because I would actually care about the judgment of others, to going from that to actually not giving a crap about what people think. And here's exactly how I did it. I explain it. I'm a very logical person, so if you are not logical, then here's exactly the picture I can give you. Is pretend you're about to make a decision. Here, this pen represents your decision, and there's people around judging you, right? Now let's pretend that this decision, it doesn't matter what it is, but let's say there's a lot of people around. Like, let's say there's 100 people around you. Now let me ask you this. No matter what your decision is, no matter what, it doesn't matter. If it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, doesn't matter. Whatever your decision is, are you going to make 100% of the people around you happy and agreeable with your idea, whatever it is? The answer is 100% of the time, no. That's why there's such divide in this country, amongst other reasons, but we won't get into that. But if you really start to think about your mindset around your decisions and in tandem with, if I operate from good morals, I know what I'm doing is right. I operate from, I'm proud of myself because I can look myself in the mirror and say, Rylan, so-and-so didn't agree with me, this person didn't agree, that's okay. At least you know you're awesome because you are following your morals, you're doing what's right. And that's what matters in life, is living the purest form of yourself and just getting that 0.01. I love 0.01% better. That, hey, get 1% better every day. That's a little too much, baby. I want to get a little better, but I want it to be fathomable. I want to believe that it's achievable. So just doing one thing. And so that's something that, in addition, realistically, you need to be self-aware too. And you can practice this. You can practice being self-aware. And all that means is when you take an action, you just picture yourself, hey, I just said this to this person, put myself in their position, pretend that that me is saying it to me. How would that be perceived? That is being self-aware, is analyzing in that little picture. You can close your eyes like I'm doing right now. But that's what being self-aware is all about, because guess what, guys? Exactly how you do something in your mind, the other person has their own set of eyes. I mean, I'm colorblind. I literally see the world literally in a different color, shades rather. I'm not severely colorblind, but I see the world in a different way, and that opened up my eyes. When I called something green and it was really yellow and it was like on a shaded, area of, oh, is that green, is it yellow? One person saw yellow, one person saw green. That was a gift for me to really realize that everyone's, not only do their eyeballs see differently, but how their brain interprets, and then their perception, and then based on their experiences, their perspectives in the world. So that speaks even further to, are you gonna make everyone happy? The answer is hell no. So how do you just not care what people think of you? And another big thing is, if someone doesn't agree with you, specifically for whatever reason, then just accept that it's okay. And guess what? They're probably not meant to be in your life. Life is too complex and convoluted with so many different variables that we don't have time to say, oh, I gotta act a certain way because little Timmy isn't gonna be my friend anymore. And if you start to be self-aware and start to, practice, everything in life is practicing, but if you start to practice becoming self-aware and operating from a pure mindset, or at least the desire, the desire to be pure. And why would one care about that? Because think about your life, man. If you are here for 80 years, if you're lucky, I guess that's lucky, right? So 80 years, let's say. Let's fast forward to year 78. Looking back at your life, are you gonna be proud if you made a gajillion dollars and you're on, you're on the walking out, death's corridor? You're about to move on to whatever's next, right? Does it matter if you had fancy houses, the cars, you were freaking malicious to get those said cars and houses and all that stuff? I think that success is the ultimate failure, because guess what you sacrificed? You sacrificed the best possible version you could have been to get something that is fabricated in this little earth. Money's made up by the government that's getting inflated constantly. Your houses, guys, when I first got into this 5,800 square foot house, I was pumped. I made a video. Guys, look at my house. It's so cool. Now I don't give a crap. I sit in my room, do my work. I go in the kitchen, make some coffee, make some food. I'm proud of myself, right? You're making great food, man. I'm 100% healthy, looking at all the ingredients. I went from, ooh, this is gonna be tough, to now I'm just doing awesome, man. I'm doing awesome with eating healthy. I lost 10 pounds. I don't want to lose more weight. I'm gaining some muscle. Working out three times a week with Cam. Thanks, Cam. It's been real good. Real good. It's just such an amazing thing to operate from this point of view, because like even you, some of you guys on YouTube, you could look at me, comment, your beard's crooked, or this. I don't give a crap. It doesn't matter, because someone who is truly happy with their life and they are operating from a positive, good intention, are they going to project negativity onto you? No. That's another thing to think about as well, is if someone's happy and a good person or trying to be a good person, are they going to spread positivity or negativity? And then it's good if people don't like you. That means I just saved it. Please don't like me. You know what I mean? Unless you're a good person, let's be friends. But no, I'm joking, but that is very serious. Imagine you changed who you were because your fear, and then guess what? You got friends with someone like my old business partner when I was 19, 20 years old. Wanted him to like me, all this. Guess what? He stole all my money out of the company's account. He emptied the office. That was a blessing. He saved. Imagine if I had gone down that road. Now it's another 10 years from that, when that happened, another 10 years. Now we have millions of dollars, and the risk, and not only that, you are who you hang around. That is the biggest thing as well. There's so many perks to actually desiring. I don't want you to like me. I don't care if you like me. I know I speak my truth. I try to, with intent, try to operate from a good point of view. And what is good? Everyone knows what's good. Deep down, is it good to steal? No, it's not yours. Morals, baby. And it makes me sad in the world that I feel like for 10 grand, will you go do this, some shady crap to some person? 99% of you answered yes. Like, money changes people. But if you operate, well, it magnifies who you already are. But the point is that you can really work on yourself, become the best version of yourself, and then everything, by doing what I'm talking about in this video, you'll be free, man. I don't care what inside here. I'm so free. Another thing I want to quickly hit on is, don't hold things in, man. Even if you think it's small. That's why I felt like I do pretty good, at least on my end. Relationships are two ways, but in any relationship, if anyone does something or anything to me, right, that I think is, oh wow, I didn't like that, whatever, I just address it right then and there. Hey, you probably didn't intend for this to happen, but I perceived it this way. Can we clear this up? Because it didn't make me feel good. And was that your intention, or am I just misinterpreting? And you just open the lines of communication, and guess what? That also frees you. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have the conscious, oh, Jimmy did this today, I didn't like it, oh, but I'm too scared, because he's not gonna like me, or whatever your reasonings are. There's a few things that if you just practice how to become self-aware, how to deal with them in a constructive manner, and guess what? Our brains are supercomputers. You can change anything you want about yourself, about your brain, by just simply telling it. Being aware, doing that thing I told you earlier of, okay, I just did this to, let's say Cam, my business partner guy. Okay, I just said this to him. Now I'm in his point of view. How would I perceive that if I just got the exact sentence in the same tone? Exactly. You just replay it in your mind. How would I feel if he said that to me in that exact way? And that's perspective, baby. So anyways, there's a lot that can go into it because everyone's brain works differently. But that's really the gist, is if you operate or try to have the desire to operate from a good moral background, you want to be the best version of yourself so that at the end of life, don't you want to be proud of yourself? It's not about money. Life is not about money and all these things that you're told as a kid, go to school and all this. I won't get into it. Life is about becoming the best version of yourself through self-discovery, experiences. Life is one big giant experience cut up into a zillion little experiences that every experience will alter your perspective. So that's one thing I wanted to help, and what it's going to do for you is if you start living that way, you will be free and you will become the best version of yourself when you're around other people. They'll notice you're different. They'll be like, wow, something's different about Tom or Jenny. They seem more confident. I mean, think about it. If you operate, how to be confident? If you operate from what I'm talking about, all these things, and you just become aware, and then again, going back to your mind as a supercomputer, you just tell yourself, okay, I want to not do that again. Okay, brain, next time we come up with that, that thing that I didn't like, you're reflecting right now. We came up with that thing. I didn't like how I sounded. I didn't like that. Just tell your brain what to do next time. Okay, recognize it. Let's do this next time. And it's insane. Your brain will recognize the patterns. Oh, next time you'll probably do it again, or even a third time, or even a fourth. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're becoming intentionally aware of what you're thinking, how you're acting, and if you operate from a pure intention or try to, the desire, then that will be enough to actually make the change. So you'll be amazed. I mean, you guys can do little tests. I mean, try this. Next time something that you don't like about yourself, you just did, you said, whatever, actions, words, whatever, stop right there in that moment and just tell yourself, hey, it's okay, I didn't like how I did that. Next time I would have liked to do it this way. And that's it. Move along, picture it, whatever, but move along your life, your day, whatever. And then you'll notice the next time something of similarity pops up, your brain might catch it. And if it doesn't, practice again. Oh, hey, I didn't like how I just said that, acted, whatever. Let's adapt. Let's change to be the best versions of ourselves. So that's what, again, the whole Intentional Living Club, everything. I want to inspire people to become the best versions of themselves, because we're these little ethereal beings. I mean, our bodies and brains, we regenerate cells, millions and freaking, anyway, don't get me started on this. I did a last side note and I'll let you guys go, but I did some math with AI. The odds of us being who we are in this exact moment, the sperm, the egg, the place that you were born, exactly the right time, all these variables, it was 1 in 2.885 million to the power of. So 1 to the power of 2.885 million. And then the answer was, with all of these combined, it was 1 in 2.885 quintillion zeros behind it. I don't even know how many zeros that is. Quintillion, it's like a made up number. You know what I mean? So you are here for a reason, and the reason is to become the best version of yourself. And I think there's so much power in that, is if you got a group of people who started intentionally living, becoming aware, and just trying to be the best versions of themselves while helping everyone around them, that would be powerful. Very powerful. And that's what we're doing. So it's just so cool, man. If you start to be open-minded to these possibilities, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. It literally has changed my life. I used to be, when I was a kid, I was so competitive. I have 4 brothers. I had to do everything just competition. Even eating pizza, go quickly eat. That's why I eat so fast right now. I feel like it's just my little, hey, I gotta eat so fast to get my seconds if I want seconds, because there's a lot of people. But I used to be a pissed off kid. I hated the world. I was angry at the world, angry at, some things in my life at that time. And I didn't like living like that. Do you guys like living angry? I don't. That feeling, the gut feeling, all the stuff, it's terrible. It's all negative. I wanted to change that. So I started analyzing, why was I being angry in that moment? And then I would dissect it further and further. And that's just called being self-aware. You are so powerful. Your brain is a literal supercomputer, and it can do anything you tell it. Anything. That's what practice, like say you want to go practice sports. You're terrible at golf. Guess what? If you went out golfing with me for however long, maybe you really suck. Maybe we need to do it for a whole year. But my point is it doesn't matter. However long it takes, as long as you don't give up and you keep practicing, you can be good at anything in the world. It's just, the question is, you have to have the desire. Do you want to be the best version of yourself? And the answer should be easy and yes, but guess what? It's easier to be negative. It's easier to have a beer sitting on your bed watching Netflix. Negativity and being unproductive, guess what? That's the battle of life, because it's easier. It's easier to be kind of just Mr. Exister, right? Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that for today on this video, but hopefully that helps. If you guys have any further questions or specifics about you, what you're going through specifically, or how that I can help, coach you through that, I just love helping people, because I just want to educate people on how your journey is going to be different from me. Even if you are doing the Intentional Living Club with me, your experiences, your journey is going to be different, and it's going to be custom tailored to you, because you're the only one living your life, your experience. Now you just have to ask, what type of experience do I want to live? And I have so much to say, man. It's crazy to me that money gets the best of people. Like, after you are comfortable and whatnot, like, I don't understand the people that are millionaires and billionaires and they're still just going after money. Like, I mean, maybe they love their business. I'm not their life. Maybe kudos to them, right? But from the outside looking in, a lot of it is doesn't seem to be, I don't know, a lot of it's just money to generate more money and power. It's not like doing good in the world. And I don't know, maybe I just am on my mission and it's my mission and I can't see the world any other way, right? But that's the thing, is if you have the desire, you can see the world any way you choose. That's what I love about I've been tracking my life every day on the goals. Right now, no sugar, my diet. Guys, I was eating crap food that was cheap at the store, and now I'm tracking my diet. And what that means for me is I don't track calories and all that stuff. I'm tracking everything that goes in my body is a natural good ingredient. Go to the store sometime, look at the healthy things, look at the ingredients. When you see citric acid 7 times in your butter, in your this, in your milk, in your frozen fruit, there's citric acid in most of it. Anyways, it's just wild to me that you have to be that diligent on healthy food. But what's crazier is now I can't go back. There's no way of going back, because I've been tracking it, and I'll check, did I eat healthy today? And on my intentional tracker, check it, it'll automatically, I can compare it, it'll automatically quantify it in percentage form. Out of 31 days, guys, it's awesome. My tracker this month, well, today is September 2nd or something, but my tracker for all of August, looking at it from the previous month, everything's green. From the previous month, I was kind of in the red in some areas, in the yellow. And so that's what's cool, is tracking all of it. You can't fix what you don't track. Your life, 2 weeks ago, how did you feel? What was your mindset? What was anything you specifically care about? Tell me. 2 weeks ago, a month ago, how was your day? You have no idea. It would be astonishing if you could remember that. The brain remembers, glimpses, details, those core kind of memories. But the point is that that's what we're doing. Is it's really powerful. Is if you track your life on a day-to-day, and I'm even adding what time, I'm tracking my sleep, what time did I go to bed, what time did I wake up, and how did I feel? I've been noticing a pattern of when I go to bed at past 1 a.m., even if I wake up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whatever, it's kind of like I feel like this grogginess over my body. Anyways, not only that, but notes about the day. It's like a journal, right? The intentional journal. It's like that, but it's really cool to do it on the notes area, because then you can go back and, I'm looking back 5 years right now being like, oh, that was cool. On this day, I felt this way and this is what I was going through. It's really cool to see your life chalked up on a day-by-day basis. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good day. Hang in there. And remember, everything is temporary. Your whole life is temporary. It's 80 years or 90 years, or whatever it is in years. Everything is temporary. What you can do is strengthen your mind, strengthen your perception, get 0.01% better every day, and over 20, 30, 40 years, you'll be amazed, right? Start intentionally living. Because your life will pass you by. And that will be the ultimate failure. I don't care if you have houses, money, all that crap. Guess what? The houses now, with whoever's elected, we'll see. But the houses now, if XYZ person's elected, will have a additional 20% tax or whatever the hell it is. And now your assets become even more of a liability. Don't get me started. Crazy world we live in. Crazy world. But what no one can take away from us, is who we are, how we operate. We control that, and no one can control it for us. Who do you want to be your whole life, and who are you going to be proud of when you're 80 years old, looking back at your life? What type of person are you going to be proud of? And live that way. And it just starts one day at a time. Ironically, that's what's crazy about this life. One day at a time. And scene.